Imagine this. You're a billionaire CEO worth over $1 billion. You stand in a packed courtroom, hand on the Bible, swearing under oath that you're completely innocent. Then, your own 5-year-old twin daughters climb onto their chairs and scream in front of the judge, the lawyers, the cameras. "Daddy is lying!" The entire room freezes. Alexander Voss, the golden boy of green energy, turns white. His empire, his reputation, his freedom, all hanging on the tiny voices of Lily and Luna. This is the true story of how two little girls exposed a $2.8 billion fraud, and how their courage forced their father to finally tell the truth. Alexander Voss was everywhere. Magazines called him the savior of the planet. Voss Renewables promised solar panels to millions of poor villages. He smiled on TED stages. He shook hands with presidents. But behind the cameras, billions were disappearing. His ex-wife Sophia discovered the missing money first. She confronted him late at night. He cried. He begged. He said it was only temporary. She stayed silent, for the twins. Lily and Luna were only 4 then. They loved their daddy more than anything. Then the FBI raided the offices. Headlines screamed, "Green hero or criminal?" Alexander went on every channel. "I'm innocent. My finance team betrayed me. Every dollar went to the projects." The trial was supposed to be quick. Until day 7, the day everything changed forever. The courtroom was silent, except for the rain against the windows. Alexander stood on the witness stand in his perfect charcoal suit, hand on the Bible, voice steady. "I swear, Your Honor, I never stole a cent." In the front row, Sophia gripped the bench so hard her knuckles turned white. In the back row, Lily and Luna sat colouring quietly with their nanny. 2 little girls in sky blue dresses, hair in pigtails, completely unaware of how the next 60 seconds would destroy their world. Then, the twins looked at each other. A silent agreement passed between them. They pushed their colouring books aside, climbed onto their chairs, and in perfect unison, "Daddy is lying!" The judge's pen clattered to the floor. Alexander knocked over his water glass. Every head turned. Cameras flashed like lightning. The judge, a stern older woman, leaned forward, stunned. "Girls, what do you mean by that?" Lily stepped forward first, tiny fists clenched. "We heard Daddy on the phone at night. He said the papers were fake, and the money was hidden so no one would find out." Luna nodded fiercely. "He said the poor kids don't need solar panels anyway, and the money was for our new pony." The courtroom exploded into murmurs. Alexander's knees buckled. He grabbed the stand to stay upright. The judge, still in shock, allowed the prosecutor to question the twins. What came next was worse than anyone could imagine. They described the secret safe behind Grandma's painting in Daddy's study. The combination: 1, 2, 3. Like our birthday. The late-night calls where Daddy laughed and said, "The villagers will never know." They even pulled out their colouring books and showed hand-drawn maps with crayon lines that, by pure accident, perfectly matched the money-laundering routes to secret offshore accounts. Sophia collapsed into sobs on the bench. She stood up, shaking, and walked to the stand with a small box. Inside, hidden journals Alexander thought were destroyed, and USB drives the girls had found tucked inside their dollhouse months earlier. Former employees took the stand next, one after another. Billions diverted. Villages left in darkness. While Alexander bought private jets and islands. Alexander tried to speak, tried to explain. But when he looked at Lily and Luna, their big, innocent eyes filled with tears, something inside him broke. He fell to his knees on the witness stand, tears streaming. "They're right. I did it. I was being blackmailed. They threatened my daughter's lives, but I never wanted to hurt anyone." He turned state's witness that same afternoon, gave up names, accounts. $2.1 billion in hidden assets. 32 executives arrested in a single night. The largest fraud takedown in green energy history. The judge sentenced him to 12 years, but showed mercy because of the twins' bravery. Supervised visits, community service teaching children about real solar power, and a new foundation run by Sophia to actually deliver the panels he once promised. Today, Lily and Luna are 7. They visit their dad every 2 weeks. They bring their stuffed unicorn, Mr. Sparkles, who now carries real letters of hope from children whose villages finally have light. Alexander writes them every single day from prison. He's helping design actual solar schools. The same man who lied to the world is slowly rebuilding it. Because 2 little girls refuse to let their daddy keep lying. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that truth can come from the smallest voices, drop a heart in the comments and tell me, would your children have the courage to speak up? Like if you got goosebumps, subscribe and turn on notifications for more real stories that hit deep. Share this with someone who needs to believe in truth again. Thank you for staying until the end. Never underestimate what 2 5-year-olds can do when love and honesty collide.